Hello everyone, welcome to another interview on my blog Shanghai City Girl. Today I am with Kathryn Robbins, another famous and super successful woman living in the city of Shanghai. Thank you for coming here.
Thank you for having me.
So today we'll talk a little bit with Kathryn about her career and her job, and as we have our chat, she will be giving a quick sample of her amazing skills on myself.
What a treat.
Okay, so here is me now. You can see my face without any makeup.
She's beautiful already without anything.
But I'm sure you can do something special for me tonight. Okay, so let's start.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
So what do you want to know?
Okay, so can you tell me first, can you tell us, where are you from and why did you come to China?
Okay. I'm from England. I'm from Birmingham in England. And I never ever planned to come to Shanghai, not in a million years. I actually didn't even know where it was. And I applied for, I just started being a makeup artist. I used to be an interior designer for 5 years, and I just started being a makeup artist after being unhappy in my job. So I sort of tried this new career. I had no idea if it was going to work or not. And so I applied for opportunities with a company called Cirque le Soir. And this is based, the flagship is based in London. And it's like a circus club, so they have like trapeze artists, giants, dwarves, lots of performance. And I wanted to sort of do the makeup there because makeup was a big part of the shows there. And so I wrote to them in London, and then someone got back to me and said, "Oh, would you like to move to Shanghai because they're opening one in Shanghai?"
Wow.
And they didn't interview me or anything. They just offered me a job, and I was like, "Am I insane? I must be insane." But it just sounded like such a cool opportunity, especially at that time in my life. So I said yes, and it was meant to be a 3-month contract, and then after a week they asked me to stay. So so I was the head of costume and makeup there, and then later I became the creative director, which meant that I was in charge of characters and shows and everything there. So, and that was open for 1.5 years, and then it closed last year, and that's when I became freelance. So, yeah.
And when was that?
2.5 years ago, 2013.
Alright.
Yeah. So feels like a long time ago now.
So before coming to China, did you live in and work in some other countries?
Never. I'd worked in different cities in England, but I'd never worked in a different country. So it felt like a big move for me. And I think because the contract was only 3 months, it felt easy to digest. And I was sort of like, bye friends, bye family, see you in 3 months. And then obviously now it doesn't seem like a big deal at all, but it did at the time. But now I would do it again. I would definitely do it again. I would move somewhere else after here. I mean, I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but I'd like to move somewhere else. I don't think I'll go back to England. Not in the near future anyway. I just feel like there's a lot more life to see and a lot more places to go. So yeah, it's exciting.
And so did you used to work as a makeup artist in England or never?
I did. It was probably coming up to 1 year, but I wasn't what I would say a successful makeup artist because my experience was only 1 year, but this follows on probably to some of the other things you're going to want to know. But the pace that things move are much faster here. So 1 year of doing makeup there, I didn't really get very far, and sort of making contacts and like experience of things and doing different jobs like I'm doing in Shanghai don't come up as often in London. So I'd been doing it for 1 year, but I was doing small jobs and not getting paid very much basically, and not doing very interesting things. So that was another reason why to move, really, just to see what Shanghai had to offer.
So that was actually my next question. What are the differences in working environments between Shanghai and London?
So I think with Shanghai, I don't know how to put it into words very easily, but what I'm trying to say is Shanghai is more about contacts, who you know, making good relations. Back at home, it's more about what you've got written on your CV and what's written on a piece of paper, and that proves apparently who you are. I think the nice thing about Shanghai is once people can see what you do and they see you do it well, it takes you far. Like once someone's seen you do a good job, they'll pass the word on, and then that will stand you in good stead for other jobs in the future. So it's good for opportunities, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if somebody asked you about the upsides and downsides of working in China, what would you say?
Okay, so the main downside, really, which isn't actually a downside, but it is a personal downside, is that it's too far away from my family.
Okay.
So a sort of more personal note, it's just a bit too far away from the people I love. Downsides, I honestly, work-wise, I haven't experienced many at all. I've really enjoyed my career and working experiences here. You could earn more money here. There isn't as much money in Europe at the moment as there is in Shanghai, so that's a definite upside. And I think there isn't as much competition either. So when I first came to Shanghai, body painting seemed to be something uncovered. Not many people had seen it really. So, and I'm definitely one of the only foreign body painters in Shanghai. So that's
the only one?
Not the only one, but one of the only ones. And so it's sort of
the most famous. I know only you.
So that's amazing. Whereas if I was in London now, London's saturated with other people just like me. So it would be a different way of life, I think. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's talk about your job, which is, I think, your biggest passion as well.
Yeah.
So can you tell everyone what exactly is it that you do here? Because it's not only makeup, right?
Yeah. So I'm a makeup artist, but my background is fine art and illustration. So you can either get makeup artists really that come from a beauty background, or like me that come from an art background. So I've taken makeup artistry in loads of different avenues. So I do theatre makeup, I do fashion makeup, bridal, body painting, face painting for kids, belly painting for pregnant women. And so the painterly artistry side of it is the bit that I like the most. So just close your eyes.
And of all the projects you've been involved in, what has been the most interesting one or your favorite one?
When I first came to Shanghai, I'd been here just under a year. I did my own exhibition and I collaborated with a photographer, and I body painted 30 models, I think, over 3 days.
Wow.
It was really hard work. I was painting from like 9 in the morning till 12 at night on all of them. And Cirque le Soir sponsored me, which was nice, and we did a big event at a gallery called Art Labour. And that was a really good way as well of getting me in the media as well, another way sort of that people learned who I was, and so that was a good decision for my career here. But it was challenging and nerve-wracking because I had to sort of host this whole event, and there sort of felt like there was a lot on my head, but it was really rewarding. So there was that. And then more recently I did a theatre production called Devil's Fables.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yes, I loved it.
Yeah. So that was a 2-week theatre show, and so that was quite demanding of my time, and I had to do, like, the cast was quite large, but there was quite a lot of prosthetics in that, which is something that I haven't had much experience with. Prosthetics is like fake silicone or foam additions to your face or body.
How do Chinese people react to your work comparing to Westerners when they see the body painting? Is there any difference?
close your eyes for me. I think there's always a positive response. It depends. I think it depends who the audience are. It doesn't really matter whether they're Chinese or Western. I think, like for instance, I did a body paint in a shopping mall once. So obviously that meant there was a half-naked girl standing in the middle of a bright daylight in a shopping mall, and Westerners will obviously like look and pretend they're not. They just look and don't really say much. They just look. Whereas Chinese people are a lot more direct, and they'll point and they'll probably take pictures very close up and things like that. And I think it's really nice, but it's always positive. I haven't had any negative responses from either really. So yeah, there's not a huge amount of difference. I think the only thing is there's probably slightly more intrigue from Chinese, just because it's not seen as much over here than it would be, say, in London or the West, that's all.
So they're not more shocked when they see, for example, Cirque le Soir, because I've been to Cirque le Soir and I've seen, it was probably your work.
Well, how did you respond?
Well, I loved it, but to me it's like art. But I know that a lot of Chinese people are very traditional, so
yeah,
I was wondering.
Well, that's saying that is quite strange actually. It reminded me of being at Cirque le Soir, because what I always found strange was when we used to do the shows at Cirque, there'd be like naked people on stage, people hanging upside down, eating fire, swallowing swords, and a lot of the Chinese audience wouldn't even look, and they'd be playing the dice game.
Really?
And I was always like, I don't get it, but apparently it's just quite common.
So they were unimpressed.
Yeah, it felt like it. It felt like a bit. Wasn't very rewarded really after spending all that time on somebody's face and body and whatever. But no, it's just part of Chinese culture and what makes us different, and that's all really.
Okay. And are you as an artist particularly inspired by China and by Chinese culture?
I don't want to say no, because that's not the case. I'm inspired by everything really. I'm inspired by colour, people, architecture, fashion. But I think with the line of work that I'm in, with body painting and stuff, it doesn't. Chinese culture isn't. You can't translate it really into what I'm doing. So a lot of the characters and things I do are fantasy fictional things that I make up in my own head. So I suppose all outside influences play a part, but I wouldn't say directly I access Chinese culture.
All right, so now let's talk a little bit more about makeup. In your daily life, when you look at women, maybe not at parties, but during the day, do you prefer to see women more natural, or do you wish each and every single woman would wear makeup?
I think every woman is totally different, and I really don't have a preference. And some women suit makeup more than others, and some women feel more confident. I think the main thing is women are their most beautiful when they're their most confident, so they should be wearing or not wearing or doing whatever they want with their hair, or wearing whatever they want to make themselves feel the most confident. That's all I would say. I really don't mind, to be honest. I think for myself, what I love about, I suppose it's the artist side of me though. What I love about makeup is that I can literally wear a different face every day of the week. So I like the chameleon nature of makeup, that it can transform you into a different person every day. So that's what I like for myself, but I can understand that other people don't do that. But it's interesting. It's interesting to see how other people wear it and what people do with it. So.
And do you yourself ever go without makeup?
I never used to. I used to wear so much makeup that I actually felt quite uncomfortable without it. I'd got so used to it. But I think as you get older and you know time goes on, you learn to accept yourself for who you are, and I'm very comfortable without makeup now. I enjoy wearing it, I really do, but sometimes I just don't have the time, to be honest. So,
and how is it, for example, in the summer? Because for me, as a Westerner in China in summer, I'm sweating so much that I really can't wear. Even mascara for me is such a pain.
Yeah, I can understand, and I mean that's another reason why it's good to have your off days, because especially foundation, it's not the easiest weather to wear foundation and things. But I think there are products you can use to make your makeup last longer, or sort of finer products like tinted moisturisers and things you can use in exchange for foundation.
And you know, when I was a kid, when I was a little girl, I remember my grandmother and my mom, they used to tell me that I should delay wearing makeup as much as possible because it might age my skin. But it was a long time, well, not that long, but quite some time ago, like 15 or 20 years ago. And so how is it now? I mean, obviously the quality of cosmetics and makeup products has changed, but is there something like that you...
I think there isn't any evidence, I don't think, that makeup ages your skin. In fact, in the reverse, I think it can work in the opposite way, because the most aging thing for your skin is the sun, and makeup acts as a barrier between the sun and your face, especially if it's got an SPF in it. So there isn't any evidence of aging. And in quite a lot of products these days, they have some really, beneficial products in them, like shea butter and moisturisers and all these things that are good for your skin. I think the only thing is that you are wearing kind of a mask that doesn't let your skin breathe as well as when you're not wearing it. So I think it's important to cleanse and tone and moisturise and do the daily skin routines that you need to in between wearing makeup. It's not actually the makeup itself that will damage your skin.
But is there any particular age that you think at which girls could or should start wearing makeup, or maybe the age before which it's not good?
Again, every child is different. Everyone grows up at a different rate. The only thing I would say from a personal perspective is that you are a woman for a long time, and so I would suggest trying to delay your child becoming a woman as too quickly, because you're a woman for a long time. So sort of like chill out with the adult things for a little while. But I think experimenting as a child with makeup it's just normal. All children do it. I think I did it when I was like 10 years old, but I think that's just intrigue. It's not necessarily wanting to grow up. I was just interested in what it was, really.
And how about the body paint? How often can it be worn without damaging skin? Does it have any influence on skin?
As far as I know, it definitely shouldn't be damaging for your skin, because it's actually children's face paint. So it's all tested prior to use, and it's actually child friendly. So for skin that's anywhere from 3 years upwards, so it definitely isn't dangerous for the skin. The only thing that it does do sometimes, some of the stronger colours like reds and pinks, they can stain the skin for a couple of days a little bit. So if you have to scrub that off, that can be a little bit harsh for your skin. But the actual product itself isn't harmful.
Yeah, because I've seen that you also do like the body painting for pregnant women, right?
Yeah.
So it should.
Yeah, exactly.
How is that?
It has to be safe, and obviously that's a question that a lot of pregnant mothers will ask. But I now get my face paint from Hong Kong and from a company that I'm working with called Face Lab, and I'm their sort of Shanghai umbrella, I suppose. Like, I'm working for them, but in Shanghai, and they've got artists in Beijing and here, and all their paints are tested and checked out and stuff. So, because obviously some of the products in China, you're not sure of what you get. So at least if I buy from them, I've sort of got a bit more confidence in that. And then normally I'll put a primer or some kind of barrier cream on the tummy before painting over it anyway.
And well, you mentioned this before, but do you have any suggestions? Maybe like if we could put it again together in a few sentences for girls who wear makeup frequently. What should they do to protect their skin or to keep their skin in good condition?
Okay, so I would cleanse, tone and moisturise, definitely. And using a primer is a really good thing to do. It helps your makeup last longer, but it also...
What is a primer like?
It's like a barrier cream, but it also balances the oils in the skin, so it helps the foundation last longer, and it acts as a barrier between the foundation and your face, so it doesn't sink into the skin, and it smooths out the skin and gives your skin a smoother complexion, and even evens out the colour and stuff. So you don't, because you even out the colour beforehand, it means you don't have to use as much foundation. Do you know what I mean? Because your skin already looks sort of halfway there.
All right.
Okay. So it's good to use, but it's just another additional product. It just depends if you've got time in your skin routine. It's not totally necessary. So yeah, primer, cleansing the skin properly. I go for regular facials because I wear makeup a lot of the time. But it depends. Everybody's skin type's different, so you have to. I'm not a skin specialist. I'm not a beautician, so giving advice about skincare isn't my area really. I do know a little bit about it, but only really from my perspective and my own skin. So I know that a lot of people have problematic skin, and it's something you probably have to go to see a skin specialist about if you get breakouts and things.
Okay. And what do you think are some makeup basics that every adult woman should know? Some basics. Even if someone doesn't really like doing too much makeup, or is not a pro, or doesn't have skills like you, what are some basics that will help a woman get the best out of her beauty?
Like this is again, it depends on the face, because for instance my face, I like lashes, brows, and skin. Skin for me is the most important thing, because even without anything else, if your skin looks good, generally everything else looks good. Even though you don't look like you're wearing makeup, but you look healthy and pretty. But eyebrows, I think, frame the face really well. So I don't have any eyebrows naturally. Like I've got my father's eyebrows. So eyebrows to me are the most important thing, because I really feel like they frame your face. Eyelashes too, like again, they frame the eye. Like today when you came in, you were only wearing lipstick and lashes, weren't you? And you look beautiful. I think that these are the simplest things. And skin really, but it depends on the face. I mean, I have a friend who can walk out the house with a bit of moisturiser on and she looks fantastic. So everybody's different and everyone has their own things. But I think if you ask most women, they can't live without their lashes and their brows. So.
All right. And what are some trends for spring/summer 2016 when it comes to makeup? Is there anything specific? Some new?
There's always, whatever season, you'll always identify. There might be different versions of it, but sort of a clean nude skin with a bold lip, like classic red lip and clean skin, that's always apparent on the catwalk. And again, it is this year. Prada have been doing this really nice look. Again, it's a really nude skin, flawless, dewy complexion, so it's not matte, but with a really gold lip, almost like gold leaf lip, which is really nice. And there's a lot of experimentation, so just neon colours, blue eyeliner, all mixed clashing colours, things that you wouldn't predict to put together. Just look up for it. Things like that. So I do follow the trends. But I think again I come from an artist background, so for me everything on a daily basis is about experimentation. Fashion is only a small part of the makeup that I do, so I pay attention to it a little bit, but my research comes from lots of things, not just from the trends of the catwalk. So, yeah.
All right, and my last question is if there is someone some girl who wants to come to Shanghai and also follow your career, become a makeup artist here, maybe even become the creative director or freelancer like you, what should she or he maybe do? What advice would you give?
Well, as before, I said networking and social relations in Shanghai is really important. So since day one, I've been quite a social person. I interact with different social groups. I try to go to as many things that make me visible to people as I can. So yeah, being a yes person, I think, is important. Trying new things, I think, because Shanghai is such an open place to be and they are accepting of different art forms, I think trying to learn new things and trying to get the most out of makeup helps, because it means you can do lots of different things. Try and be flexible. Don't know what else really. I'm still learning as I'm going along as well. I think when I'm not working, I am doing test shoots or doing my own projects and things, and I think that helps, because when I do my own projects, I'm posting pictures, and WeChat is so important, obviously, we all know. So if I'm constantly in people's eye, then it just helps on a daily basis, because people are like, oh, well, you know, I need a makeup artist, and then people can see me all the time. If I'm annoying people all the time, and hopefully I'll stay remembered and carry on getting work. So it's worked for me so far. So I think that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. It was Kathryn Robbins for my blog Shanghai City Girl.
Thank you.
Party it up, party it up. Party it up, party it up. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Party it up, party it up. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Party it up, party it up.
Well, it's basically it's recording all the time right now, so it's okay.
Recording.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, so you
In
can
the
say,
moment.
yeah, we have a moment.
It's like those videos you see of people going, is this a picture or is this a video?
Yeah.
Is this a picture? Is it a picture? Is it?
No, it's a video.
So this is how I look now, thanks to Kathryn's skills.
We just
I haven't-
I knew she was partying after, so
Yeah.
I did a bit of a party makeup. You'll have to follow me to see some of my body painting.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good. Over and out.